Over 100 years old is you never know what's going to happen. There could be problems with the structure of the gun, the action of the gun.
Hey there everyone, welcome back to Film Trendings. History Channel's hit TV series Pawn Stars has successfully entertained the audience for 17 seasons now. The show has not only brought profit worth millions of dollars to the network, but also many amazing deals for the Pawn Stars. However, some of these were ridiculously pricey for no valid reason. Here are the top 7 stupidly expensive deals on Pawn Stars. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out. Alright, let's begin. Number 7. ROBOSAURUS. First item on the list will be particularly exciting for all Transformer fans. A ROBOSAURUS, 48 feet tall semi-truck, could convert into an enormous and super cool fire-breathing T-Rex. The impressive invention has been in the spotlight for several years and was offered to Corey and Chum-Li for $1 million. Despite its uniqueness, the ROBOSAURUS wasn't practically useful and would be quite difficult to resell as well, so it makes sense that Corey and Chum-Li didn't agree on buying it. Number 6. Percussion Pistol. At the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, Rick isn't known for making offers without authenticating an item first, but in Season 7, when a customer named Ed brought in a percussion pistol from 1830s, Rick was quick to consider the purchase. After being offered $400, Ed demanded $35 more, and Rick eventually bought the pistol since he had to wait for his expert to show up. Later, antique arms and armor expert Sean carefully checked the 1830s percussion pistol, which was actually an English traveling gun. Fortunately for Rick, the purchase didn't end up being a regret, as according to Sean, the pistol could easily have sold for $600 to $800, allowing Rick to make a considerable profit. Although the purchase was a gamble, it turned out to be in his favor. Number 5. 50-pound helmet. In Season 2, the antique helmet weighing 50 pounds was brought to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Once Rick's expert checked the helmet thoroughly, he estimated that it belonged to the era between 1865 and the 1870s. He also told Rick that the item's worth was somewhere near $15,000, which meant that the seller, Wayne, wasn't ready to settle for anything less than 10. However, Rick's offer went up to $8,000 only. That said, a deal was made when Wayne sold his 1830s rifle to Rick. Number 4. 1941 Gibson guitar. When a 1941 Gibson SJ200 guitar was brought into the pawn store in Las Vegas, it was obvious that its worth would be much higher than that of any other guitar from the same brand. This was due to the fact that it was once owned by American rock legend Stephen Stills. After assuring that the guitar was authentic, Rick's expert estimated its market value to be no less than a whopping $105,000. However, Rick only offered $85,000, and luckily enough for him, the seller settled for it. Number 3. $20 bill from the D.B. Cooper hijacking. One of the rarest unresolved hijacking cases involves the name Dan Cooper. He's an unidentified man who hijacked a Boeing 727 aircraft in the United States airspace between Portland and Seattle on the afternoon of November 24th of 1971. He jumped out of the back of the plane with a parachute and ransom money before disappearing suddenly. The pilots landed safely, but D.B. Cooper's ultimate fate remains a mystery to this date. Many FBI agents are of the opinion that the hijacker did not survive his high-risk jump, but his remains were not found. Based on these facts, anything from the 1971 Boeing hijacking is of great historical significance. When a customer named Mike approached Rick and the old man with a piece of a $20 bill from the D.B. Cooper hijacking, the two Harrisons took interest immediately, and since the customer had brought a certificate of authentication, Rick had no reason to hold back. A deal was quickly struck for $1,600 for the rare piece of money. Number 2. JFK's cigar box. For those who don't know, John F. Kennedy, often referred to by his initials JFK, was an American politician who served as the 35th president of the United States from 1961 to 1963. When his original cigar box was brought to Rick's pawn shop, the seller was demanding a whopping $95,000, considering the fact that the box held historical importance and also contained 8 cigars. Although the seller initially seemed reluctant to negotiate with Rick, a deal was made in the end for $60,000. Number 1. Original Willy Wonka props. The original 1971 Willy Wonka props bought to Rick include a golden egg, Wonka's hat, a golden ticket, and an everlasting gobstopper. Seeing all of this, Rick could hardly hide his joy, as he always has been a fan of the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This explains why he immediately agreed to the seller's demand of $100,000 just for the gobstopper alone. Later, however, he obviously regretted his hasty decision, as the prop from Rick's favorite childhood movie wasn't worth more than $20,000 to $40,000. What's even surprising is the fact that Rick didn't even try to bring the price down or authenticate the item before purchasing it. Although some of these deals are unnecessarily expensive, they still are one of the reasons why Pawn Stars fans rewatch episodes from the previous seasons with so much interest. And with that, it brings us to the end of our video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't liked the video yet, it's not too late, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you soon in another video.